the damage that thing called low self-esteem has done to you, to your financial life, to your confidence, to a lot of things around your life. Today we're going to break it down, discuss it deeply so you understand the effect on your life and how to deal with it. My name is A.A. Kabir. If you are seeing me for the first time, I'm your favorite financial and business coach from Nigeria. Today is day 99 of our live video session. We're doing this 1000 days. Okay, let's get started. Today is going to be deep. Really, if you want to sit back, relax and listen to this, because it has caused a lot of financial struggles to others. Some people lose confidence. Some people live in other people's life. Some people just wouldn't discover their real life or their real self as a result of low self-esteem. And then you found out that one of the most negative aspect of this is everybody's opinion has to count in your life, which is actually very, very dangerous to you. Now let's begin step one. This thing called self-esteem is just like telling you that this is you, because if you don't discover yourself, okay, then this low self-esteem is definitely going to be your what you're going to carry automatically. It will be at default. The people that carry high self-esteem, like they understand themselves, they know who they are, and they know where they are coming from, they know where they are going, so they hardly can suffer from this low self-esteem. Now, it all started when you can't discover yourself. It all started when you are not even aware of yourself. You don't know anything about yourself, okay? Possibly what the public think about you is what counts for you. It's what you take to heart, because yourself, you don't even know who you are. And that's why we always stress the point that, if you want to really go far, you want to really know, you want to get to your success level, you want to get to wherever mark you've set for yourself as a vision, as a goal you want to achieve, then number one thing to do is to discover yourself, is to have self-awareness, okay? And through that, you're going to build that self-confidence that will lead you, or that will take you away from having low self-esteem. Now, let me tell you some of the dangers of having low self-esteem. Now, number one is you are always going to live other people's life. Did you hear me say that well? You are always going to live some other people's life, because you found out that everybody's opinion will count. Everybody's opinion about you will count. You are going to be the one to validate it. You are going to be the one to make it count. Why? Because you don't know yourself. Now, for me, over the time, I've inculcated this habit of trying to discover myself. Self-awareness, okay? Self-discovery, self-learning. You need to do a lot in trying to discover yourself, so that people will not tell you who you are not or who you are. Because the moment you begin to discover yourself, it is very difficult for people to now say things that are not true about you. I don't know if you are learning. The truth of the matter is that there's a lot about you, positive, negative, in between. You can't take that far away. And that's why I tell people that you need to be able to sit down with yourself and have meetings to discover really who you are. That's where the wealth creation journey starts from. If you don't know who you are, I tell you, you cannot market yourself out there. And like I always keep telling people, you are your first product. You are your first product. If you get yourself right, every other thing will become right. Okay, if you starting from the way you learn, from the way you behave, from the way you act, from the people you interact with, from your environment, the kind of culture and habit you take on. Like I told you, some of you yesterday, go back and watch part 1 of this video. You find out that your culture, the people around you, your parents, your religion, the education system you went through, they actually have given you, or I would say, it has given you some kind of identity that is not yours. The truth is, you grew up to take up these cultures unconsciously. They become yours because you accept them as an identity. When we are talking about self-esteem, a lot of things revolve around this. Let me talk about number one, how it affects your confidence. Number two, how you live other people's life. I think I've talked about that already. Number three, how it actually deny you from being you, that can actually promote you to getting wealthy. Because the truth is, we are still talking about number one. When you are living other people's life, 100% guarantee you can never become successful. Because the success of that person's life you are living, those people's opinion that counts, that is actually weighing you down. And in a lot of ways, people have low self-esteem when they've not discovered themselves, and they therefore will accept every other person's opinion that comes their way. Even as little as people commending you that you're not looking too good today, they take it to heart. Why? Because they don't know what they actually, they don't know who they are today. Now, I started by saying that with you, there's a lot of negatives, there's a lot of positives. The truth is, you can't dodge this. Humans are created in such a way that there are negative part of them and there are also positive part of them. Now, normally as humans, by the time you begin to consciously learn about you, intentionally try to figure out who you are, now you find out that the positives are going to be on the limelight. Even the negatives are going to be clear to you. Okay, so once they begin to get clear, what do? You begin to amplify and pay more attention to those areas that are positive. And those areas that are negative, then you begin to kill them. You begin to let them die down. In my previous videos, I told some of you that I'm a chronic movie. I watch series of movies, the ones that count and the ones that don't count. And this, I found out that over the time, has taken a chunk of my life. I live a chunk of my life watching movies. Can you imagine that? And then the question I ask myself, the simple question is, what am I actually gaining from it? Poverty. Poverty is what I'm gaining from watching movies. And if that's your habit right now, I think you might need to kill it. But like I told you, you need to actually identify these habits, because this is you and you can't deny it. You can't deny it. What are the things you are passionate about? What are the things that you dislike? What are the things that will help you grow? What are the things that will not help you grow? What are those things that are serving like a break to your life, to your journey? And in most cases, I found out that the society, the culture, the religions have a lot of things that serve actually like a break to you moving forward. A lot of people will not find this convenient when I say things like this. But until you begin to learn, that's when it begins to become clear to you that, wow, even personally, there are habits that you are doing that you think is right, whereas it is not right. It has been blocking your way. Okay, maybe your financial management, the way you react to money. Okay, let me give you a simple example. Do you know that as I sit right here, some of you watching me right now, if you are given, say, maybe 5 million naira in your account, do you know that your mental capacity has not developed enough to be able to accept the fact that you are worth 5 million naira? Like, there's something that will trigger in you that becomes senseless, that you become unaware of your normal self, and then you begin to spend that money carelessly until it gets to the level where your financial growth level have gotten to. Say for example, maybe you are used to just seeing 50,000, 20,000 or less, or maybe 100,000 at most in your account, and you happen to have been sent 5 million naira. Now guess what you begin to do? You never can think straight at that point. This is true. You never ever can think straight. Why? Because financially you've not growth to that level. You've not grow yourself to that level. You cannot think and accommodate 5 million naira. Why? Because it is simple. You don't know yourself. You've not taken your time to study who you are, probably who you want to be, and how you should develop yourself into becoming something like that. Now what happened? You begin to spend this money until it gets to maybe 50,000. All of a sudden you realize, oh, I needed to have used this money to invest. I needed to have done this. I needed to have done that. Why? Because you don't know anything about yourself. You are not intentional about yourself. Now your self-esteem in a lot of ways is affected. Why? Because you are not learning. Why? Because you don't even discover yourself. By the time you write down, these are the good things about me, these are the bad things about me, you focus on developing and amplifying the good parts, and then you try to kill the bad side. Now imagine what will happen. You become more confident in yourself. You become more confident in what you do. And the more you continue to do the better side of you, the good part of you, the more you become better. Now that self-esteem begins to develop naturally. Now guess what will happen? A lot of people will always have opinions about you. But like what I tell people is that you don't have to make this opinion count, except if it's in line with your culture, if it's in line with you. Okay, you are the only you that matters in this case. Okay, you should be your own judge, you should be your own lawyer, you should be your own everything. You have to be that strict. You should be your own judge, meaning that it doesn't mean that you should credit yourself unnecessarily, but you should be in charge of your life by discovering who you are, knowing so much about yourself. I discovered recently that if you really know who you are and try to focus on the areas where you are good, and then begin to develop more on it, especially when it has to deal with your talent or some kind of gift, which I believe everybody has, you'll find out that the world is just becoming so good. Like everything will expand. Your level of reasoning will begin to change. How you look at things will begin to change, and so many things around you will change. Now let me tell you the benefit of this. I don't know if the network is good, but let me tell you the simple benefit of actually embarking on this self-discovery that will lead you to building your self-esteem. Now, a lot of people have opinion about you, whether it's true or not. Like I told you, once you already discover yourself that this is me, now if people are coming with their opinion, it's now left for you to now tick, oh, this is true, and I knew it, this is true. And when they are bringing their negative comments, you already know that, oh, this is me. Of course, I'm aware. So what are you telling me is not new. And that will just serve like a reminder for you to get yourself fixed. It's as simple as that. Now, you wouldn't want to get angry. You wouldn't want to provoke. You wouldn't want to lose your confidence. You wouldn't want to look stupid. Why? Because you are already aware. You have a leakage. Like is there a leakage I would call it? You have a hint about what the person is saying. And guess what? What is amazing about this life is that some people might possibly be seeing some of your traits, some of your habits as like it's not good. But to you, you find out how to make it good to yourself. This is actually complicated. Let me give you a simple example that might resonate with a lot of people. Some people will say that successful people are not on the streets. Some people will say that success is built in what? In the hidden places. It's not noisy. Okay? Now, these people are right. Now, some people will say success is loud. Okay? Success is loud, and anything successful, whether you want to celebrate it or not, it has to be loud. Now, this set of people too are right. But like the first set of people believe that anything successful has to be in the hiding. Like especially the process of developing, the process of making things happen behind the scene has to be hidden. Now to me, I make it so easy that every part of these people, they are right depending on where they are coming from. I've seen a lot of successful people that have never been heard, but they have billions, millions and billions of dollars. Okay, they are so successful that they don't know what to do with money. Equally, I've seen a lot of successful people that are always on the light. They are always so noisy. Okay, so now especially, okay, let me give you an example of noisy successful people. Those are the influencers. And I found out that somehow, some way, if you become successful, whether you want to make noise or not, the public has to pick you up, and then the people have to just be making noise about you. Well, a lot of people will prefer this. They don't want to make the noise themselves. But I also tell you, in addition to this, do you know that if you want your product to sell, there are some product that you just have to talk about it. You want to build some kind of brand, some kind of brand to your business, you have to keep on marketing. You have to speak about it. You have to let people understand what you are building. It is when people get the scope of your business that they might pick interest in it. And this global internet these days has made the world look like a global village where everybody could just connect. Somebody sitting right here, right there in US right now can be listening to me, and I am marketing my brand to the person. Now, somehow, some way, we might have to connect and do businesses that is worth billions of naira. Now, if I don't make noise, if I'm not loud about my success or about my plans, about what I want, people I want to connect with, how on earth do you think I can connect with these people? I don't know if you are following. Now, why did I bring on this topic? Why did I connect this to actually this topic? Self-esteem entails knowing a lot about yourself, knowing a lot about what you are doing and why you are doing it. By the way, if you don't know, a lot of comments you will see are going to be a distraction to you. They're going to pull you down. Why? Because once they say those things, because you don't know who you are and you don't know why you are doing what you do, then you're going to respond to their, they are saying, one man's six like this is another man's 9. Somebody might just be looking at 6, but somebody standing at the other end is looking at 9. But guess what? Both of them are right. They are just different numbers. By the way, you looking at 6 might just think that it is 6 and it's better everybody look at it like 6. But the next person there is looking at 9. But that 9 is even bigger than what you are looking at. You that claim he should also see 6. That's how amazing life is. And it's so interesting. But what I'm telling you, the message you should get from this particular video is, please learn so much about yourself, learn so much about what you do. You become more confident in what you do if you really know why you are doing it. I listened to Alex Amozi, and he said, if you ever ask yourself why you are doing what you do and you do not have the answer to it from your mind, okay, from your thinking, then it's possibly somebody's idea you are working on. Should I say this again? Sit down and ask yourself, like if I ask myself now, why am I doing this online presentation like this on daily basis? I want to do it for 1,000 days. Today is day 99 of our live video session, just like you are seeing. Now, if I ask myself, why am I doing it? There are tons of reasons. There are millions of reasons why I'm doing it. Okay? And possibly one of it is just to impact knowledge. But beyond that, there's so much other reasons. Okay? Now, somebody can just come and tell you that you are just making a noise. But would you now listen to the person, or you listen to the reason why you are doing it? If somebody said you are just making a noise, now, if you accept it, it means earlier before now you don't know the reason why you are doing it. Or possibly your reason is not strong enough, right? So now you have to be able to discover yourself, to be able to build the self-esteem you need to go actually to where you need. A lot of people might want to start a journey. They don't get to start because they don't know how to go about it. Some people know how to go about it, but they are not confident enough to take on the challenge. And some people, they give in to challenges, they give in to failures, they give in to critics, they give in to opinions, and then they stop. Never you do that. The most important thing is to discover yourself first, and then know the reason why you are doing everything you are doing. This is very important in your wealth creation journey, and I bet you will want to go into 2025 still having the mentality of listening to others, then taking up their opinion without necessarily having your own opinion. This is not to say that you should not listen to people. Of course, you should have mentors, but like I always recommend, you should seek advice when the need arises from people who are experts in whatsoever you want to do. So you don't just listen to random opinions. No, it's going to destroy you. Everybody have something to say about you. And lastly, let me tell you some of the damage that lack of self-esteem does to you as humans. And this is very important. If you are learning, type I'm learning. Please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share to at least 10 persons so that them too can benefit from these live video sessions. Now, a lot of you find out that some people use this lack of confidence, your lack of self-esteem, to blackmail you or to imposing some kind of opinion on you, which somehow you found out that you have to take on, especially when it's coming from friends and family. the close loved ones that people that are very close to you. This is very toxic. Sometimes some friends and family want something from you, and then they want to make it look like they're entitled to it, right? And they want to say bad things about you why you are not doing what they feel you should do. And for you, you know why you should do things that you are doing, or you should avoid things that you should not do. See, please listen to this carefully. For you, you already discovered why you should do things that you should do, when you should do them, then why you should not do things that you should not do, and why you should not do them. You're already aware, and you are certain about it. Okay, but for them, because they are not moving in the same lane with you, they are coming with their opinion about you. So they want to make sure that because of the bond of friendship or because of the bond of relative, they feel entitled so much so that they want to detect to you contradictory to you what you should be doing. And then if you don't do it, they hold you accountable, and then they begin to say a lot of nasty things about you. This is natural. And then let me tell you again, if you are able to discover yourself, it's very easy to deal with. In most cases, just feel less concerned. It's tough actually, but it's something you need to build. It's like an insulator you need to build. A lot of people will find things wrong with you, especially when you begin to grow or outgrow them. Being it your friends, your close friends, even sometimes people that you don't know, people from nowhere. Sometimes they are not actually against you, they are actually against your success. You know, how far you've gone and how far you are still going. They are not actually happy about it. Sometimes it has to do with some jealousy and some kind of negative personalities that come from them. But what I'm telling you is that you wouldn't have to take these things to heart and begin to deal with it. You don't need it. If you do that, in a lot of ways, it's going to affect your growth, it's going to affect your mental health, and this is going to drain you, and this is going to help impact negative low esteem on you, which is not necessary. So you need to, as much as possible, learn to free your head, focus, and then as much as possible discover yourself. Be very strong on the reasons why you do the things you do and why you should not do them. By the way, let me give you this final message before I leave. The truth is, if you begin to embark on a financial journey, there's a lot of things you're going to be learning. There's a lot of things you might need to start doing, which the ordinary people in the society, the normal people, or I would say the poor, don't know or they don't do, which is the reason why they are poor, which is the reason why they are actually where they are. Okay, now for you to have started learning, start discovering these things, you need to have a shift in your gears, like Alex Emozi said. You need to start having a shift in your gear. If you have been riding, maybe say you are riding in gear 3 or gear 1 or gear 2 with them, or probably gear 0. A lot of people are not even in any gear at all in their lives. Now, but you start changing your gears from 1, 2, 3, like you are moving up the financial ladder. What it means is that you are upgrading yourself. What it means is that you are learning more, you are updating yourself, you are gaining more power in terms of a lot of things, financial value, creating your value system, personal development, self-awareness, and you are growing, which means that naturally you are supposed to be outgrowing them. Naturally, you are supposed to be doing things that naturally it will not resonate with them. Why? Because they don't know. I don't know if you are following. Now, since they don't know, you don't have to take it personal. If some of them are ready to learn, teach them, show them the way. If they are not ready, you just have to leave them like that. Dr. Stephen Akintayo often says that you can't pick up everybody, you know. You want to help everybody grow, you know, you are rich or you are trying to grow your wealth, and then you want to keep everybody happy around you. It doesn't happen like that. Two poor people cannot carry themselves. One person has to go first before you extend your hand downward. And let me tell you the shocking part of it. Even when you extend your hand downward, there are some of them that are not ready to lift. If you lift them, they will drag you down. They rather drag you down and come back to where we are. You are not going anywhere. That's their mindset. But for some of them that are ready to move, then gladly move them up the ladder. It's as simple as that. Now, a lot of people, this will not still resonate with them because they believe you are greedy. They believe the poor are, the rich are greedy. The rich are not good people. They are not helping others and all of that. I don't still blame them because they don't know. Ignorance shouldn't be an excuse, but they don't know. So sometimes you need to forgive them. Just keep moving, keep learning, and then keep helping as much as you can. See you tomorrow. If you enjoyed this session, please follow, please subscribe. And let's do this again tomorrow. My name remains A.A. Kabir, your favorite entrepreneur and business coach from Nigeria. And let's do this again tomorrow. I'm out. One love. Bye-bye for now.